Hi guys, it's Belle here and we are back for prompt 6 of the hashtag the Oddtober 24 hosted by the lovely April over at Pink Oddbird. I'm feeling much more optimistic today. I'm not sure how this tag's going to go though, but we will see. I will give you pre-warning though, if you do not like spiders, this may not be the video for you to watch. Just going to put that out there. Just so you're warned. Anyway, prompt 6. So we've seen the giant hell dog. That's gone out of the way. We've seen the creepy fork in the road with the gate that is very ominous. And now, after I pick what doesn't really feel like much of an option, I start to drive down the road. Why is this road so bumpy? We are going to find out. Right, we're starting with the tag. So I have a couple of Tim Holtz papers from the very hard to get pads. I've had these pads for many years now. I'm coming to the end of the pages, but they have to be used. I can't just hoard them as much as I want to. So we're going to do this. So I'm kind of thinking, I'm just going to rip it. That's what we're going to do. This is going to act as my base for the road. So there we go. We're going to have this as the base for the road. And then we're going to come on with this one, which I don't know if this will fit in my little... No, it doesn't fit in the guillotine. That's all right. We'll use a ruler. This is going to go just as a side decor piece. And yes, here we go, here we go. If I can tear some more off, I'm going to. 1, because it stops this being so bulky. And 2, because I really just don't want to waste any scrap of this paper pad, I'm telling you guys. Tim, bring out more 12 by 12s and 8 by 8s. I know from the comments when I've spoke about this before, so many of you feel the same way, that you just want these pads back. So maybe he's going to listen, maybe he's not. Probably not. But there we go. Right, I'm just going to use some black ink on the edge of here. I'm not going to do too much to it because we've got something to do to it. So I don't need all the... Oh, we're not going to see that side. What am I doing? Oh, okay. So we're going to glue this one down first. So let's get that down. And then we will glue the other one on top. Just want to glue it to the side like this. And then to about here. Let's glue this down. It's gonna really need to be glued down. So yes, if you don't like spiders, this is not the tag for you. But I don't know. When I was thinking, why is the road so bumpy? At first I was just like, oh, well, because it's a road. It's probably not had anyone come fix it for a while. Oh my goodness, how old am I? I mean, I don't think anyone's sending out construction guys to go and make the road passable. That's what I was thinking. But then I started thinking, well, maybe it's got things in it. And then that led me down the idea of, well, has it got bones in it and things like that? Because I don't know, I seem to be going through a bone theme for this whole thing. And then when I was looking for the bones, I came across the spiders and I was like, okay, that's where we're going. So, yes, there we go, guys. It is what it is. So, there we go. Let's get this glued down. So the road is bumpy because other than the fact that it's full of yucky gravel and all sorts of things hidden in the gravel, I'm sure, maybe even nails and things, but I'm not going to add all that. I don't want the tag. I don't think I'm going to add all that. We will see how the tag progresses. I've got an initial idea. I don't know how it's going to end up because, well, sometimes we just don't, do we? And also, I don't want it to be too over complicated. Realistically, I wanted these tags to be, well, for you guys, relatively quick. For me, because I keep using certain things, they end up becoming very, very time consuming because I need drying time. And this tag will be no different. So I'm inking around now because I'm going to be doing something to this side of the tag. And I'm wondering if it'll pick up some of the ink before I then, ink around it even more. So we shall see, but I want to do it now. Better to do it and see if it does happen than not do it and then wish that we'd done it. Okay, so we have our tag already. Tim Holtz papers, come on. And now what I want to do is I want to use some of my glass bead texture gel. I've only really used this a couple of times. But I was thinking, I don't even think we're going to be able to do that. They're very, very white, but I could paint on top of them. But what I'm hoping is that they go quite translucent because I basically want, it kind of looks like mini eyeballs, guys. Hold on. Let me get something to put under here because then we can just smush them. And originally I was thinking, well, I've used the texture, the crypt paste through a lot of these tags to be the road. But firstly, as we saw in the last video, I don't have much of that left. So, oh my God, these are actually flying. So I didn't want to use that. And plus I just wanted to use something else. And that's when I remembered I'd brought this earlier in the year. And you can see like it's a huge pot of them and I've hardly used them. So I don't feel as bad about using these as the road when I've got so much of it. Might as well use it up. Not that this tag's going to use it up, but... Okay, so we've got the glass balls, beads, which you can already see. Look at that. I mean, it does kind of look like eyeballs. And now I want to come on and just give it a little bit of texture because even though it's got the glass beads on it, I want some texture as well. I mean, it's a bumpy road and I've barely used any of that. Yay! Okay, I'm not even sure how long these take to dry. Can be overpainted when dry. Do not use with water. Okay, right, well, that's that done. So whilst that is drying, because it's going to take a while to dry, but we can work on some of it. Now, spiders are coming, guys. Spiders are coming. I know I've got another one. Oh my gosh, one of them's run away. Ah! So I have all these black plastic spiders. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to kind of layer them up on here. Like this will also be painted. I'm going to kind of layer them. Ugh, all the spiders. And we're going to have that as our why the road's so bumpy. Basically, we're in our car. We're just like, what is happening? Really praying we don't come across any more of those dogs. Why did that weird thing had all those signs about bone collectors and things? And then we don't realise that underneath us literally are, again, I apologise if you're squeamish about spiders, thousands of spiders of all different sizes are crawling all over the road. And all over the pebbles and everything. And maybe bugs. We can have bugs on there as well. Let's just beetles and spiders and bugs. We're just putting spiders on ours. Now, either I want it to say a strange thing happened, or because it is in the dead of night, or dreadfully wicked. I think I want a strange thing happened because it literally does say, this is those chipboards by Tim Holtz. And I like to just peel them to reduce the size because they are quite chunky. Yeah, because it actually says we're out in the dead of night driving. I don't know. Was there only one way in of the carnival? I didn't do last year's prompts, so I don't know much about the carnival and what went on there. But, and I keep these bits because they're great for stamping numbers on and using as tags. So a strange thing happened. I'm wondering, right here, I have a couple of these rub-ons. And they're just sitting here, not really doing much. They'll probably get covered up. But I think I want to put that toxic on there. Like I said, it might get covered up, but that's what I'm going to do anyway. Because it's literally sitting staring at me from my little pot of things to use. So we're going to do that. How have I only been crafting for barely a minute? And barely 5 minutes, and I'm covered in ink already. I mean, honestly, I have a problem. I'm so messy. So I'm gonna rub these on. I'm wondering if I want to add some of my texture stamp in the background. I don't know how long these beads are going to take to dry because I've never used this many before. I might even be able to dry them slightly with my heat tool, so I might try that. So I want some of that, and then I've got my crinkle stamp that I love to use. And let's use some of that too. I mean, this is all going to be background, and who knows? Who knows? Let's bring this up so you can actually see. Who knows if we'll even see any of this, but that's not the point, is it, guys? The point is we're just doing it because we don't know. Let's do down there. Just adds a little bit more texture in the background. I'll bring that up so you can see. Do you see that? Just adds that little bit of something. Summer. Okay, now, so what I think I might do is try and dry this, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so it's not completely dry yet, but I also want to leave it to dry slightly naturally because I'm sure it goes slightly clear, which is why I use the Tim Holtz paper beneath. Because, yeah, here you can see it's starting to go clear. So I'm hoping if I leave it to dry more naturally, we'll see some of that underneath, which might mean we don't need to really paint too much. I might actually be able to ink on it. But whilst we're waiting for that to dry, I want to start... Oh, there's that. I was wondering where I put my stamp. I want to start layering. That's what I want to start doing. So I have my little box of paper scrappy goodies. And I just want to do a bit of a bell. Basically, I want to layer. Now, first thing I want to do is ink this because it's got a white edge. Well, it's got a brownish edge, but... no, thank you. We are going to end up covering most of that toxic, but I still kind of wanted it on there. I've got some of this vintage paper, which I'm just going to rip and tear. And it's got some thread. It's got quite a long thread on it. We really don't need that much. But I will keep that loose thread because you never know when it might come in handy. Feel much more in my comfort zone today, guys. I really do. Because I'm getting to layer. We all know I enjoy that. So if we have it more this way, maybe. Will that be on the road? We want some... no, we want that. We want it this way. I don't even mind if some of it kind of sticks off the tag a little bit. A strange thing happened. Yes, it did. Creepy crawly, creepy crawly. Speeder spiders. Oh, love some of this stuff. Again, if you've been with me any length of time, you'll know that I love when I tea dye certain papers. I just love keeping this and using this. I'm thinking that's going to go there, like so. Let's turn it this way, see what I think. I'll go there like so. Because I really do want that stitching. So let's have a look at what else we've got. We've got some, oh, we've got some weird inked up scrap. These are normally the ones that if I'm splattering and something needs to be covered on a page, I will then keep the splattered scraps because guys, then you can use them in your layering and scrappy things. I keep having to turn it this way because it is going to be this way. So I keep turning it so that I can see what I'm working with. And where I'm inking, some of this might actually ink up as well. So, okay, let's have a look at what else we've got. We've got music paper. We don't actually have any music paper, do I? So far, I haven't used any music paper. This is a little scrap digital. And I think it's one of the Craftly Hall digitals. Right. Little scrap that I have in my box. Where are my tweezers? There we are. Just had them, so I know I've got them nearby. Need this to come out a little bit. This to go in a little bit. Like so. Strange thing happened. I am probably going to rip a lot of that off. I'm feeling like I'm liking this. Oh, look what I found in here. A little bit of a spine of a vintage book. Oh, that is going on there. Just delicious. I'm going to get this. Which way do I want it though? Like so, I think. That's going to have to go under there a bit more. Oh, yes, 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 yes. If I have to move it over to the side with the road, I will do, because I don't want to waste anything. I'm loving it. Let's just very lightly put the spiders back on because I want to see what it looks like. Oh my God, they're all just running towards me. There's like threads on them and I'm like, no, don't run towards me. I don't know if I want that big one. We could have these and a teeny tiny little one. That might be enough because I'm obviously going to have a tab as well. Yes, I am sorry if you are not a lover of arachnids. I'm sorry. Although I do kind of like it with the 4. And this is look in your mirror. Okay, I'm super happy with all that. Okay, we're going to take these off. These are drying now, which is nice. I was really hoping they'd go more translucent. They haven't yet. Now what I want to do is I want to remove this, but I need to start gluing things in place as I remove it so that I can remove in pieces. Let's take that. That's going to come off like that, and that's going to go down there. Okay. Can't see it. Let me bring it up. Oh, I love it. I am wondering if I want that this way, if I rip it a little bit more, because it just seems too, it's got too much of a straight edge. So let's do this like so. Ugh. Delicious. See, this is the problem with crafting. What you do is you keep every single scrap, and then you're like, oh, I've kept every single scrap. No, we're not supposed to be doing that. I want that. I want that stitching. Even though a lot of that stitching is going to be covered up, I want it. Okay, let's put this on here. Like so. And we haven't got any fabric yet, but in all honesty, we're going to have fabric on the tab. So I'm not sure that I need fabric in this little piece here. I'm not sure I need it when we're going to have it. Oh, just love it. Oh yes. This is my happy space, guys. I think I'm not even going to hide it underneath. I think I'm going to put it on top, because if I put it underneath, we lose all of this yumminess too, and I don't want to. So I think I'm going to put it on top. We can still see all the words, so it's all good. So this is definitely one of those instances, like I said, where I had one thing in my mind. Kind of like the threads too. I had one thing in my mind, and then, wait a minute, this is kind of coming off. Let's just make sure that's glued down. And then I go looking for that one thing and come across other things that then inspire me. i.e. spiders. I think this needs to rip a bit more. Love it. Oh, yummy. How happy does layering make me? So happy. Okay, and yeah, that will go on like that, which does cover up some of that toxic, but I'm still glad I put it on there. Okay, so all right, so we're not seeing as much. In some places we are. Again, I think it's because it's not fully dry yet in places. But I now want to add some ink to it. So I'm thinking... So I'm just getting something I can ink on. I'm thinking we might just bring in... we're going to bring in the... oxides again, I think, because that might be the easiest thing to do this with. I mean, it probably needs to be left to dry a bit more, because you can just start seeing some of that paper through. I don't know if you guys can, but I can here. But I think I want the vintage photo. That's what I think I want now. Let's get the water as well. And actually, I needed to grab some kitchen towels, so let's spray on the vintage photo from the top. I wish I had the grey. Oh, I might have the grey. Let me check. And I want to wet this so that it, and tap, so that it really gets in all those little yucky places. Let me just check. No, I thought I had the grey distress stain, but apparently I don't. So we're making do. I have the grey in the ink, so I could attempt to ink it as well. We shall see how this all works first. I am going to leave this to dry though. So once this is all, because I don't want to heat it. I'm also going to bring in some of the black soot. Not too much, but I want the road grungy. So that's what I want. Ooh. What was I looking for? Oh, some spray. That's what I was looking for. Might not need it. It might be wet enough to move the distress soot, the black soot in places. Ugh, I wouldn't be going on this road. But what I like about the black, bringing the black in, is that it's almost like those spiders and bugs. You know, it's bringing in a bit of that. I just want to bring in a little bit more. So it makes the road that's supposed to be maybe brown sandstone, it's bringing it in to look like it's on bugs. On bugs? Has bugs. That's what it looks like. And I also don't want it too dark because obviously I want the spiders to be somewhat visible against it. Not so visible that when she's looking ahead in the lamplight, or when I am looking ahead in the lamplight, not so visible that she would go, oh my goodness, what is that? Let's see if I can dry this ever so slightly. Okay, I dried it a little bit, but to be honest, once I dried it and then put the kitchen towel on it just to dab off some of the excess, it kind of got rid of some of the colour, which I don't really want. So what I think I'm going to do is, and this will go on like this. Oh my goodness, doesn't that just already work so well together? And we've covered up nearly all of the Tim Holtz fabric paper I've used. I know it's there. But I'm going to leave this to dry overnight. I might actually glue this on. I don't know, because I might want to add more. I don't think I want to add any more. I think it's nice as is. And the weird thing is where some of the, I'm hoping that's picking up, where some of the beads are, look down here, do you see? And where I've added the ink, it almost looks like hair. It's not, but it has that effect, which is just giving me even more yucky feels to the whole thing. I am loving this. I think because I heated it, it's made some of the paste bubble up and you see less of the glass balls, but it also kind of works in that way. So I'm going to leave that to dry and I'll be back once it is dry and we will finish off this delicious little yummy tag then. All right, this is basically dry. I mean, it still feels a little damp in places, but it's basically dry. I will show you it tomorrow when it's definitely dry completely, but just look at the colouring, guys, and the goo. Does that look like a dirty, muddy road full of spiders? To me, yes, it does. This is also really well dry now. So what I want to do first is I'm going to go around all of the tag again with some black soot. I really love how this one turned out. Ugh, those glass beads. I just picked them up. If you're here in the UK, I found them in Hobbycraft. They used to do them also in the range, but I've noticed the range isn't really doing a lot of their old products. They used to do all the different gel mediums. I'm really coming up onto that road with some of this black soot as well. Just to, I mean, we've covered the whole of the paper, so what was the point, hey guys? I could have just left it white and not worried, but live and learn. That's why we craft. And then where's the glue? There's the glue. I've also got the hot glue heating up because we are going to need the hot glue for the spiders. Realistically, if I'd put them on with these glass beads while they were still wet, I might have been able to actually get them to stick to the beads as they dried. That might have worked, but because we were using inks and things, I didn't. But that is a possibility, I'm guessing. All right. Love it. I want that down a little bit because we're going to put some fabric on here because I have to have a tab. I just have to. I mean, not everyone does, but And I love that. But I have to admit that white on the thing is a bit too white. So we're going to just rub the black soot over the top of it. Yes, nummy. Okay, so I thought we'll use some just plain black fabric for this tab. It makes sense to do the stitching now while the gun's still heating up. So we're going to have a plain black tab on here because I can't not, guys. I can't not. Is it a problem that I can't do a tag without some sort of topper? Possibly. But it's just the reality and I live with it. That's me. That's what I like. So I like a smaller tab there. Okay, so we have that. Let's try and stitch this straight this time, unlike yesterday's one. I also had some of this, which is like a cream Hessian, I think, which I really like because it frays brilliantly. And I just thought that'll bring in some colour. But now I'm looking at it and is it too white? I mean, now I've got some net. We're just layering this puppy out there. That's what we're doing. Oh, almost cut my finger. I don't know if I like that now. Do I need it a bit dark? Let's see what it looks like if we grunge it. Is it too white? Is that my problem? Probably. I think I like it better like that. That's what I think I like. All right. I do actually have like a dangle that I was wondering about putting on here. I feel like I need thread. That's what I feel like I need. So let's get some black thread because, yeah, it needs to be scruffier. It's just that simple. So we're going to do this and just scrunch up some loose thread. Really just make it thingy. Yep. That just, already I just feel like, even though realistically you can hardly see it, it gives the effect of like a spider web on there. That's what it's giving me, which is what I want. Do I want even more? That's the question. And then I'm going to go stitch this. I'm not stitching all the way around the tag. I'm just stitching this bit. That's the other reason I used this lace. It made me think of spiders and spider webs. So I'm adding even more thread, just chucking it all on there. So I'm going to go stitch this and I will be back. Yes, I just love that. I mean, I love threads hanging anyway. We all know that. There's quite a lot of threads here and they're all over the place. Let's trim a few of them. And I've double stitched it, but it does give me that spider web look. Oh, yes. Okay, let's grab our little spiders. Creepy crawly, creepy crawly. Oh, okay. Ooh. Do I want more dimension up the top or the bottom? I feel like I want more dimension at the bottom, even though that is going to make it so much harder to put it in the tag box. But there's plenty of space, thankfully. Let me look at how this hot glue is doing. Yep, it's doing fine. Okay, this is going to get interesting. I'm going to try and just hot glue some of the legs. Even the body, maybe. Let's see how that goes. And obviously, guys, be careful when you're using hot glue. I mean, I'm going to burn myself. I already know that. It's just going to happen. And I quite like that some of the hot glue is stuck to the spider because it gives me, again, that feel of cobwebs. Right, you are stuck down. You are going to be a nightmare to stick. Obviously, I had to go and choose the ones that are harder because that's just me. Okay, let's just dab a little bit on your legs. And again, I don't mind some strands. Just makes them look like spider webs. Come on, quick, 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 quick. Okay. I'm really hoping that's stuck. Let's press those legs down. Yes. Okay. Woohoo! Spiders. Because we've now got this on here, do we want the bigger spider? I mean, I could cut some of its legs off. It could be coming off the tag. So what I was looking at, I also have this, which is someone had made it. I think I actually won them years ago. I think Kim at, I can't remember right now, begins with an S. Serene Bookworks. She was doing sort of an altered paperclip thing, and I won them. And I was wondering about adding this onto here as well, because it's got the spiders, which if I add it to this side, like, I can change this for a black one anyway. We've got some fabric and stuff. What do we think? Is it too much? Do you know what? I don't think it's too much. I like it. We could have just gone with this, but no, I like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is stick this baby spider, little baby spider. Let's do the baby's legs. We're going to stick the baby spider on so it's got time to dry. I'm going to stick that down there. Come on, little baby spider. This is the only one I have that size, actually, I think. Again, I could bring a spider in down here like that and then cut off its legs. Hold on. Sorry, that was the postman, and I just wanted to show one of the things that actually arrived. I ordered, it's completely different to this, but I ordered the Designed by Sam Poole Creative Expressions clear stamps, The Witch's Brew, guys. CEC 1110. I've been eyeing this up. I know there's another one and I want that too, but I have been eyeing this up for something like 5 weeks. And I am so excited, and I love the numbers and the herbs and the bottles. I love it all. So anyway, that just arrived. I'm going to be super excited to work on that. Let's continue here. Do we want another spider? Do we want a spider down there? Let's put this up here and look, because it'll be slightly cut off with its legs. I don't think we do. All right, so they're stuck on there. Yeah, they're stuck on there. Let me just, sorry, I need to pull this up so I can see. Oh, can you see, guys? Can you see where the hot glue is on the spider? Let's see if I can get that, and how it looks like a cobweb on there. God, love it. Okay, let's change. This is a golden kind of thing. I don't want one of those. I want it to be black. So let me get a black bulb pin. We will do that. Yeah, I'm sure Kim is Serene Bookworks. I will link her channel anyway. Like, this was years ago that she sent this to me. Years and years. This has got some of that. Do I want to change this out for like some of this? Is that too light? Let's see. Or even some of the black lace. Oh, let's put some of the black lace on top of it. Yes. Yummy. So yeah, she was running a competition. It says toxic. To make altered paper clips, and I'd never made them before. I'm talking, this was years. I think this was before I even had my YouTube. This was how long it was. I think it was the same year though. And I won. I won it, I think. Yeah, I'm sure I won it. It wasn't a swap, unless it was a swap. But either way, I got a load of these fun tags from Kim. So, yeah. I also used one of Kim's journals a couple of years ago, I think for possibly 2020. I'm not sure. For my October daily, I'd brought a Black Widow Gothic journal off her. Not Black Widow from Marvel, if you guys watch that. But a Gothic journal. I love it. We've got the fabric behind here. We've got whatever this beautiful fluffy yarn is that she's used. We've got a touch of green on the paper clip. I don't know if that's picking up because of the colour light. But yeah, touch of green, which is brilliant because there's green on some of my other ones. These are quite nice to make. I might actually do that as a video actually in the coming weeks in October. May do an altered paperclip Gothic video. So yeah, but the sun is setting and it literally is. So I'm hoping you can see. And that's it, guys. Oh, I love this tag. I really, really love it. So this is day 6. So let's read our prompt again. We know what it is, but let's read it anyway. After I pick what doesn't really feel like much of an option, yes, we know, I start to drive down the road. Why is this road so bumpy? The road is bumpy, one, because it's in really, really poor repair. And secondly, all over the road, skittering everywhere, are beetles, bugs, and hundreds, thousands of arachnid spiders. So I hope you like this, guys. I will, like I said, show you a picture of what it looks like once, or show you what it looks like once it's completely dried. It basically is completely dried, but yeah. And what fun finding that. That just adds even more texture to the whole thing. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. Sorry for all of those of you out there who are scared of spiders. But this just came together really well, I think. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again soon with another video. And until next time, guys, firstly, always look at the road because you never know what's creeping across it. And secondly, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of spooky, crafty fun. Bye for now.